From what I know, I think we were going to bowl first anyway. So, and Shreyas hasn't won many tosses through the tournament. So, we've done pretty well, winning a lot of games against the toss. We weren't too bothered either way. I think if we'd won the toss, we probably would have bowled anyway. But no, I think we've been fantastic through the tournament, whether we batted or bowled first. And tonight was pretty close to perfect, I think. It's nice to see a ground not go for more than 200 runs, so it was good for the bowlers. I think it was different to a lot of the wickets we've seen through the IPL. It's obviously, there was a bit of swing early for both teams. It was probably a bit on the slower side, I think, held in the wicket a little bit. And I don't think there was as much turn as a few nights ago in the Royals Sunrisers game, but there's certainly some grip in the wickets. So, I think we bowled fantastically well to keep them below 120, and our batters have been fantastic through the tournament, and again dominated the power play and got us in a really good position. Not a lot. It was obviously congratulations for everyone. It was, he's been a big part of the season for us. He's been around a lot and has been heavily involved in being around the group. He was there. He spoke to us again before we left the hotel. He's been fantastic to see around the group. He's always smiling and loves being around the group and seeing us do well. So it was just congratulations both ways. I've been grateful to be a part of the group this year, and just really glad that the group's had a lot of success. It's been a lot of fun personally. I think everyone involved in the KKR family this year had a lot of fun. I think I've seen a lot of smiles. Sharusa has been a big part of that, and he's going to enjoy the night tonight, I'm sure. Yeah, hugely talented bowling group. Obviously, on the lesser experienced side in terms of Harshit and Chetan and Vaibhav, and I think they've got a lot of talent. I've obviously got a bit more experience, so it certainly wasn't me telling them what to do. It was if they had questions or wanted to know certain things or how they went about things. It's been nice to see how they go about it and how they've learnt through the season. They've bowled some very hard overs. Harshit's had some good games where he's closed out tough situations. He started it for us against Sunrisers in the first game in a tough last over. So he's only going to improve even more from the season he's had. It was great to see it all firsthand and answer any questions they had or just be around. And I'm certainly not one to talk to people. I'd probably try and lead in the way I train or the way I go about it, as opposed to telling people what to do. So it's been a lot of fun, and I'm sure they've got higher honours ahead of them as well. I've played a lot of cricket, so I know how to manage myself there. I haven't played a lot of T20 cricket in the last few years, so for me it was trying to find that rhythm of the T20 format and trying to stay ahead of batters. And it's been a high scoring season for everyone. There's been a lot of bowlers go for runs, so it's staying pretty level there. I've worked with Barrett at RCB when I was there years ago as well, so it was nice to reconnect with him this year, and it certainly wasn't so much technical. It was probably a bit more tactical, some suggestions in trying different things, or certainly for batters I hadn't seen or knew much about, was going to him and Shreyas and GG with that sort of thing. So it's been nice to work with him again. It's sort of I'm on the more experienced side, so it's not a technical thing. He might be he might pick things up here and there or suggest things. And then as I said, I've played a lot of cricket, so I can manage that sort of stuff, and glad to have an impact in the second half of the year, and certainly when it mattered most. You don't need any extra motivation. I'm here as an overseas, I'm here as an international. It's nights like tonight or the last game why I've been picked to come here. So as I said, glad to contribute. Yeah, there's been jokes throughout, and it's all friendly banter about price tags and whatnot. It doesn't bother me too much. I've sort of had plenty of critics throughout my career, and that's just I think the pressures of being an overseas or a price tag, you expect that coming to the best domestic league in the world, and it's our job as overseas to perform or to set an example to younger players or what it may be. So Yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed my season here. It's been it's been different to my last experience as a younger player, 9 years ago. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed the entire season. The KKR family have been fantastic, and just really grateful for the opportunity, but glad that the club's had success this year. Yeah, it's certainly. I mean, the last 9 years I've prioritised Australian cricket, and April and May has been our time off, and a chance to give my body a break and to spend some time away from cricket with my wife as well. So yeah, that's certainly been where my head's been at for 9 years, the last 9 years. Moving forward, look, I'm certainly closer to the end of my career than the start. So one format may drop off. Is a long time before the next One Day World Cup, and whether that format continues for me or not, it may open doors for more franchise cricket. So I've thoroughly enjoyed this season. It's been great. As you say, it leads into a World Cup, so that's the other side of the benefit of being here and against some amazing players in an amazing tournament. It's a great lead up to a World Cup. The success has been fantastic, but it's left a lot of players in a good position heading into a World Cup. And next year, I don't know the schedule exactly, but as I said, I've enjoyed it. I look forward to being back next year, and hopefully it's in purple and gold again. I haven't had to face him. I don't know. I think he's learning his skills, or he's learning what his skills are capable of throughout this IPL. I obviously didn't know him beforehand, so he seems pretty confident in his abilities. He started the season having to close out a game against the second best team in the tournament, and he's bowled some tough overs. He's had to bowl the last overs in some games, and he's taken a good amount of wickets throughout. So I think he's certainly open to listening to whether it be Shreyas as captain or working around training. So he's certainly got the ability, and he's only young, so he's going to get better and better the more he works at it. And I think he showed his variation in his pace or his style balls have worked to treat it at certain stages as well. So it's been great to see him have success, and as I said before, I'm sure he's got some higher honours in the back of his mind as well. I mean, it's certainly been a batter's tournament. You look at the amount of sixes and the runs and the big totals and some of the figures, and it's easy for someone like myself who's been around a long time and been through the ups and downs to say it's a mindset thing. It's not every day's a good day. I always think that you're never as good as people say you are, you're never as bad as people say you are. So I think staying level is a good part of it. I think T20 is a great leveler. You can have some good days, and 2 days later you can have a shocking day. So I think that's one thing that's kept me in good stead throughout, is staying pretty level. And I think that's probably the advice I could give you. You've got to enjoy the journey for its good and its bad, and if you can learn from the tougher days, it's going to make you a better bowler. So it's certainly been a tougher tournament for bowlers, but those who've found a way, or those who've been good enough, have obviously stood at the top, whether it be wicket taking or economy rates. And Jaspreet's been one of the best in the world for a long time, and he certainly showed that he found ways to either not go for runs or take wickets as well. Yeah, it's not up to me, it's up to the staff if they want to retain me. So I'd love to. It's been a lot of fun. I also don't select my own price tag, so it was a pleasant surprise. As we said before, it comes with its own expectations or pressures, or what do you want to say. But yeah, it's said before, it's been a lot of fun. So price tag or whatever it may be, all that aside, it's been a very enjoyable 9 weeks at the KKR family. I'd love to be back if they want me back, but I'm just grateful for the opportunity. Been great to see the success of the club, and certainly the success of a lot of the players. It's been a very consistent team. I think everyone's contributed throughout the season, players and staff and everyone around the group. So yeah, it's been a very enjoyable 9 weeks. Not much to it. Run in and try and hit the stumps and try and swing it. Sort of what I tried to do for the last 14 years. So it doesn't always happen. I've been lucky enough that it's happened twice in the last 2 games with Trav as well. But yeah, I mean that's as I say, part of my experience that I'm supposed to be bringing to the group is to start us off in a good way, or power play wickets, and we've seen how important they are through the tournament. So we were fantastic in the power play again today, as we were in the first qualifier against them, and taking power play wickets. So yeah, I mean, it's always nice to bowl a ball like that, but not too much. There's nothing special about the planning. It's just run in, try and bowl fast and swing it and see if I can hit the top of the stump. So it's nice when it comes off. Firstly, yeah, my body's fine. I can manage that as well. I've played enough cricket to be able to manage that side of things. T20 is not as physically demanding as Test cricket or anything like that. So it's been warm, it's been humid, so that plays a part. But yeah, in terms of the rest of it, it's all fine. So it'll be cooler in the West Indies than it has been over here. In terms of the runs and the wickets, time will tell. I think it's probably better suited in a month's time to see where it's at, but obviously there's an impact player rule here, and that's not the case in the World Cup. You're going to have to put a team out that's more balanced, or you're going to rely more on your all-rounders. You can't have your batting all-rounder come in at number 8 or 9 like you do in the IPL. So I don't think the runs will be so you won't see 270. I don't think in the World Cup. You may do, but I don't think you will, just purely because you probably one less batter without an impact player rule. So time will tell. Batters are being more brave in the power play. They're striking the ball fantastically well, as we've seen through the whole IPL. And then I think particularly the wickets may play a part. The wickets have been pretty good here. Obviously we've seen a lower scoring final, but you've seen some big totals. The wickets may not be the same in the West Indies. They may turn a bit more. They may be a bit more tired. Certainly the back end of the tournament, they may pose a threat, more of a threat with spin and staying low and slow. So time will tell. Hopefully the bowlers come into play a bit more than they have through the IPL, but I'm sure it'll be an exciting World Cup as well. Yeah, as I said before, it's sort of taking the first over. You're trying to set the tone for the innings or for the team, and power play wickets are most important. So yeah, I'm sure it gets guys up and about, and that's, as a bowler too, wickets are your best friend and get you up and about and your tail up and you're running a bit harder and whatnot. So it's nice to start that way in the last 2 games that we've played with wickets in the first over, and certainly bulk wickets in the power play, and we know how important they are. We know how, when you're playing someone like the Sunrisers who've been very top heavy and their openers have scored a lot of their runs. We've got them both out cheaply in both games and have won quite convincingly. So yeah, it all contributes to that, and we were pretty good with the ball again tonight. Yeah, I mean, individually, I'm not, I'm sure that there's guys who've taken different things from the coaches. Our support staff have been fantastic, whether it be assistant coaches, performance coaches. Everyone behind the scenes has been fantastic to create the environment that we've had this year. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a very close group. There's been a lot of smiles, and whether you're on planes for 7.5 hours trying to get back into Calcutta or whatnot, it's been a lot of everyone's just taken it on the chin. So in that regard, they've created an environment that's there's a want to succeed and a want to do well and a want to train hard. In terms of what individuals have taken away, you'd have to ask them. But I think around training, whether it be from watching more experienced guys or watching our internationals or seeing how Sonny and Salty open the batting, hopefully I've been able to show something through my training or how I've gone about it. They're the little things that you pick up along the way that you may resonate with one person or a couple and may help them try something or pick up a new skill. So I think that's what our group's been really good at, and no doubt the individual coaches have worked with guys to find new ways to score runs or find ways to be more effective with the ball. So it's been a great environment. It's been a lot of fun, and ultimately it's resulted with us with the trophy. No, I think Shreyas has been fantastic. I think another one that I haven't spent a lot of time around until this year. Obviously crossed paths in international cricket, but to see him go about his captaincy and his cricket's been fantastic. I think he's pretty level-headed, pretty calm in most of the situations we've had, or throughout times when it's not gone our way, and he may need to work on his tossing of the coin in the off season. But apart from that, it's been fantastic to be a part of the group with him leading. there's been moments through the year where he's seen the game a certain way and gone with his gut instinct, and it's paid off. And whether it's been bowling changes, field placements, he's happy to chat to different people. So he's been fantastic and thoroughly deserves his success. GG again himself has been fantastic tactically. I think he obviously wants the franchise to do really well. He spent a lot of time here in the past. He just loves the group doing well, and whether it's his tactical eye or what he sees at training, his discussions have been great. He's been in all the meetings and just giving his insights to what he thinks, or certain fields, or how certain players in the opposition go about it. So he as well has been great working with the group, but certainly with Shreyas as captain. And again, thoroughly deserves his success here. At Eden Gardens, I think it's my first experience playing as a home team there. I've played a couple of games on the away sheds, but it's much nicer being in the home team. It's been great. It's been loud. It's been busy. Seeing the people around the ground, whether it be at training days or certainly around match days. The purple and gold, how much they love the franchise. They're very loyal. They just want to see their team do well, and they love all the players. So yeah, all that in one, it's been a great 9 weeks. As I said before, I thoroughly enjoyed it. So glad there's been success, and happy to have played a small part in that.